Hey everyone, it's Kirk McLean here, and you're watching Clay's Canucks commentary.
Hey Canucks fans, and welcome to Clay's Canucks Commentary Live, presented to you by Van City Experts Real Estate. I'm your host, Clay, Emo Canuck Clay, and this is my Canucks take, all in one take. It is Tuesday night, December the 10th, on a night where the Vancouver Canucks fall to the St. Louis Blues 4-3 in overtime at Rogers Arena. Yet another loss on home ice. I'm glad you guys are here. Tuesday night is my shorter show because I have to be sitting at my church's chapel inside by midnight. So I'll go for 40 minutes tonight, but we'll recap the game. We'll recap my last night of bowling. I got some good news and basically hang out for the next 40 minutes. So I appreciate all of you being here, waiting for me, and let's get going. Moderators, do what you need to do to keep this a safe and respectful place. Members, that's legends, Hall of Fame and franchise members, thanks for your support as well. And everyone else, no matter where you're watching from, whether my beautiful neighborhood of Steveston, in Richmond, in the city, in the lower mainland, province, country, continent, or around the world, thank you for being here. You know that I know that you could be watching anyone else, doing anything else, getting ready for work, school, or bed, all three. But the fact that you are here with me, know how much I appreciate you, and I never, ever take you for granted. So this is how you can get involved in the show tonight. You can subscribe so you get active in the chat section and get notified of my videos whenever I post, like today. You can like the video. There are already a small crowd, 25 of you watching on YouTube, another 35 watching on X. Hopefully that goes up as we continue to move through the stream. But like the video, like the fact that we're together, like the fact that Thatcher Demko played well in his return, like the fact that we actually got a point out of this game, and like the fact that Pettersson had a decent game, like the fact that JT Miller is close to returning, and like the fact that we are continuing to build an outstanding Canucks community here on YouTube. You can leave a donation, get the donation train out of the station. You can gift a membership. You can buy your own membership. You can upgrade your own membership. You can use your monthly membership message. And if you're listening on a podcast platform, make sure you rate and review. And we start off with Skytrain Elfrin with the first donation of the night right out of the gate. Let's give him some love in the chat right now as I look to highlight, they're just pushing buttons here, as I look to highlight his donation, and we give him the famous goal horn. So let's give some love to Skytrain Elfrin with a $7 donation. We pushed and pushed, but the cloud of home blues still linger. 1 point is fine, but would rather get the 2. I agree with you completely. So let's give some love to Skytrain Elfrin in the chat. And Swerve, wait, are you watching? Are you still on your cruise? Where are you today, Irvin? So still on his cruise somewhere. I don't know. I can't remember where he said he was going. Was it the Bahamas or Caribbean? Regardless, Swerve and Irvin on his cruise, and 2 a.m. probably wherever he is, or even later, and yet he's here. So thank you, Skytrain Elfrin, for the donation. And Irvin says it sounds like slam poetry. It does indeed. And yes, you're somewhere between the Bahamas and Dominican. Beautiful. And I guess, yeah, it's not about the donations. It's not about the money, but we did get shut out from a standpoint of the worst case scenario happened when it came to potential donations. You guys were very generous in what you were offering to pledge if certain things happen. But because Demko actually played, so that negated 2 potential $20 donations if he wasn't going to play. And then I can say the word now. There was thoughts if he got a shutout, at least 4 of you were going to donate $20. Then one of you was going to donate for every $1 for every save he made if they got a shutout, and then also another $30 if there was a hat trick. So none of those things happened, but that's okay. We are still here, and I'm happy that you guys are here. Before I get to the Canucks game, I do want to tell you about our bowling. So basically, we've been bowling for 13 or 14 weeks, 4 months, and they split the season up into 2 halves. You're going to have to bear with me for 2 minutes here because it's going to take a while to explain. The first half, they took the top 4 teams for side A for the there's A and B. So they put the 4 top teams in side A, the pool A. And then for the second half of the season, the last 6 weeks, they put the 4 top teams for the second half into side A. And that team had already made side A because of the first half. Then they keep going down the list. So they make 8 teams join side A, and then the 2 next best teams that didn't finish in the top 4. So 10 teams made side A, 10 teams made side B. All to say, unfortunately, we came in 12th. We did not finish in the top half of either half. So we came in 12th. So we were in side B, but we were supposed to be one of the strongest teams in side B. So we played against 9 other teams in side B. And I'm happy to say that our team won side B. We won the B pool. So we won the most money on the B side. It was less money that was on the A side, but the money difference is minimal. We were just happy to be there. We don't do it for the money, but it is a small incentive. But we did well. And all 3 of our bowlers bowled well. As you know, I was the lead off. And there's the last thing I'll explain to you, and then I'll shut up about bowling. I played against 9 other people, right? There are 10 people on side B. So if you beat 9 people, you get 2 points for every person you beat, basically. So they rank them, and then the top person gets 18 points. The second person gets 16 points, all the way down to the last person would get 0 points because whoever came in 10th didn't beat anyone, right? I hope that makes sense. So for me today, check this out. I bowled a 195 and I got 16 points. So that means I came in second. I only lost to 1 guy. Then I bowled a 186 and I got 14 points. So that means I only lost to 2 people. And then I got a 168 and I got 10 points. So I still came in 5th of the 10. And then I bowled a 147 and I only got 4 points. So that means I only beat 2 other people. So that means I got 44 points out of a possible 18 times 4, 36, 70. I got 44 points out of 72. So that's not bad. My middle guy got 55 points. He was good. And then our anchor got 42 points. So you add it all up. Basically, we came first on the B side. So I'm going to take my congratulatory pat on the back. And then when it comes to my actual score, I had my 3rd best outing of the entire year. 195, 186, 168, 147, average 174, total of 696. I love getting 700 because that means it's a clean average of 175. I've only gotten 700 once. I bowled a 702, I bowled a 698, and today I bowled a 696. So whatchamacallit. So I came in, that was my 3rd best ever for this year. And I was just very happy to bowl overall. So there we go. Thank you, Mark. You didn't mind. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah. Oh, you guys are saying that the stream froze for a second. Interesting. All right. That's okay. So thank you. Now, you do not have to worry about any bowling updates until the middle of January because we are off for 3 or 4 weeks right now. So thank you for those of you that actually enjoy bowling or understood or you had a little bit of care with my bowling updates on Tuesday night. Thank you. And for those of you that don't, please accept my apologies, but it's a big part of my life and I love it. And I'm happy to share with all of you. All right, let's get in this game. And Swerve Irvin kind of sets it up well. It says, can't believe the Canucks haven't played a game that had all these players in it. Demko, Miller, Besser, Hughes, Hronek, and Russ Goal and a Pete Pedersen. Yeah, we haven't had a game with Demko, Miller, Besser, Hughes, and Hronek because obviously this was Demko's first game of the season. No ping pong updates. We were very weak this year with our ping pong in the backyard. Well, it didn't help that last year I was recovering from my ruptured Achilles all year. So hopefully we'll do a lot more of that in the spring. And by the way, I will do a live stream from one of my bowling league nights next year, if for those of you that care about that kind of thing. Let's get to tonight's game now. So I'm sitting there bowling, trying my best to win, which we did. And so we had as always at the bowling alley, we had the game on, but with no sound. So I couldn't hear any of the commentary. I had to kind of catch up a little bit afterwards. But as always, let's start by going through each of the goals quickly with the Edge Goal Visualizer on NHL.com. The first one, Myers rings it around. Actually, let me start that again because I don't like the way that it gets cut off a little bit here. Where's my zoom? Okay, let's try that again. Play. So Myers rings it around behind Demko, and Garland takes it, makes a great play on this horrible play by the St. Louis defenseman, centering pass, And Joshua has a stick on the ice, has his feet behind his stick for more leverage. Really nice play. Heads up play by Garland. It's funny. It's almost like a mirror image of what happened to him a little bit later. But it has great centering pass to Joshua and a good start for the Vancouver Canucks. They open the scoring 8 minutes in. But just 1 minute later, Zach Bolduc ties the game, assisted by Dylan Holloway. Yes, this was just a 5-on-5 normal play. And then Bolduc finds a soft part of the ice right there. And yeah, I don't know. As I watch that again, I don't do goal breakdowns when they lose. So I'm not going to break it down too much further than this. Just trying to see what happened here. So Demko plays it, intercepted there. And yeah, I guess if they're playing man, that's Hughes's guy, I guess, because everyone else is marked. But maybe we want to see a bit more pressure from Myers there. And maybe Höglander can drop down a little bit, but he's taking the points. I don't know. It just, yeah, I'd like to see a stronger play from Myers there. And maybe, yeah, if Hughes knows that Blueger has this guy, maybe Hughes has got to make a bit of a stronger play. Regardless, it beats Demko, and it is a 1-1 game. Then the backbreaker on a Canucks power play. So we just missed a shot being rung around, and we just missed Petey. So the shot comes around. I think it's from Besser or Garland. And then Petey actually runs into DeBrusk here. And then they put the puck up, and Garland gambles a little bit. Like, would I like hindsight, obviously, especially on a St. Louis goal, but I love Garland to retreat and make it a 1-on-1. And then this guy probably doesn't even go for a scoring chance. He just dumps it in. But Garland does gamble. He gets past him. And now it's Robert Thomas, very fast, mind you, Robert Thomas on a breakaway. He comes in, he snaps a shot past Demko's blocker. At first, I thought that Demko looked a little bit awkward, like he didn't want to go down on his bad knee, but no, he just flat out missed it with his blocker. 2-1. That is a backbreaker. Any shorty is a backbreaker. Then the Blues score on the power play. It's Kyrou. And what happens here is basically what happens to a lot of Canucks goals when they're killing the penalty. Because they play the diamond, meaning Susie here, Blueger, Myers, and Suter, because they play a diamond, if the opponent gets past the middle part of the diamond, then it's always 2-on-1, right? Because sometimes the forward or the other D doesn't drop down. So sure enough, actually this one, it wasn't 2-on, it becomes a 3-on-2. So the diamond kind of becomes some weird quadrilateral thing. And then it's a really nice pass across. The Canucks got to get better at blocking these east-west passes, these cross-ice passes, and then Kyrou as a one-timer past Demko. Can't really blame Demko on that one. Pettersson scores a bit of a fluky goal, but who knows? The puck maybe would have got there eventually. So you have Garland. This is after Canucks controlled it for quite a bit on this power play. Gets out to Petey. Petey here is trying to center it to Garland, but instead it goes off of Parayko into the net, and then it's 3-2. Then, with just 2 minutes remaining, the goalie pulled. Canucks with the extra attacker. Petey, beautiful backhand pass. It'll get to him eventually. There's Besser over to Petey. Draws a couple guys to him, and that leaves Jake DeBrusk backhand pass. Jake DeBrusk past the goaltender. It is 3-3. The Canucks earn 1 point. Then in overtime, I didn't get to watch it that much, but I could tell that St. Louis, did they have the puck basically for the entire overtime period? And then I don't know what Susie's doing on this goal. I don't even know. Well, I kind of know what he's doing on the ice. If you have no Brandstrom and no Hronek, is he your second best option in overtime? Yikes. But it's bad. It's bad because right here. So it looks fine here. So this guy beats DeBrusk. It's Holloway. And then Susie's got to know that Besser has this guy. So Susie doesn't cut Holloway off. He takes the middle of the ice, but there is no one for this guy to center. And again, I know it happens really quickly, but I think Susie needs to know that Besser has this guy covered, which he does. But Susie doesn't cut it off. So Holloway is able to keep it on the outside, put a nice shot past Demko. I think Demko, if he's fully confident, fully healthy, makes the save. You know what I mean? Like he's healthy, but his first game back. And then sure enough, after DeBrusk got beat, I would have loved for look how many Blues come out before any Canucks come out. But yes, after DeBrusk I would have loved for Susie to make a much more aggressive play and just either run over Holloway or cut him off. Right there. Susie has to know that he doesn't have to worry about him. So he has to know that Besser has got his man covered and just cut him off. That's what I would love to see as I look at my thing falling. So there we go. Those are all the goals from the game. Shots were even, 25 apiece. St. Louis won the faceoff battle. We had each team scored a power play goal. I know. I didn't see it. I actually didn't even see the highlight, but I know that there was a phantom call on Brock Besser that led to that third goal, led to that St. Louis power play. So I get it. I get why people are mad about that. Canucks out hit, block shots more for St. Louis, giveaways and takeaways pretty much even. Then we pop into the box score. And then who cares about St. Louis? For the Canucks, yeah, Besser had 2 points. Garland had 2 points. Pettersson had 2 points. Besser was a -1. Hoglander was -1. You see Suter has a +2, which is nice. Looking at ice time now, low man seems to be Heinen. No. Ratu and Sasson just under 10 minutes, which makes sense. They're fourth line, and they probably didn't play much in the third period. High man is Pettersson with 23-15. Then you're looking at shots. 5 shots for Petey. That's good to see. Another 4 from DeBrus, so that's good from that top line. Blocks, no one had more than 2 hits. Sherwood getting back up there. 8 hits for Sherwood. Another 3 from Joshua, which is pretty good. Then you look at the defenseman, and then you have Hughes playing almost 30 minutes, which is pretty crazy. Only Tyler Myers getting a point. Shots, Hughes had 4. Blocks, Hughes had 2, and Friedman had 2. And hits, Friedman and Juleson had 4 each. Then Demko makes 21 saves on 25 shots. So when you look at the D, I think the D, aside from Demko returning, the biggest story here was Brandstrom. So I saw the pairings at practice day, and I saw Brandstrom with Forbert and Desharnais with Friedman. And I said, there's no way Friedman's going to play. So I thought it was going to be Forbert, but then Tocchet said no. So then I thought they'd put Brandstrom back with Desharnais, which they've done for the past few games. But instead, no, Mark Friedman plays, and he didn't cost the Canucks at all. He was a dash, like even 15 minutes, got hit with the puck, which is par for the course with Friedman. But it's just strange to me why Brandstrom didn't play. I know he's kind of tailed off a little bit, but I still think he brings a lot more than Mark Friedman. Finally, the scores around the NHL not finally, almost second finally. Toronto beats New Jersey 2-1. Colorado smokes the Penguins 6-2. The Sharks lose in OT to Carolina. We have Philadelphia beating Columbus. We have LA winning again, beating the Islanders. We have Calgary winning. We have Edmonton winning. So Edmonton, Calgary, and LA all win. The Jets smoke the Bruins 8-1. And then the Wild get past Utah. We lose, and the Kraken lose to Florida. So throw it all together, and this is how the standings look right now. Vegas does not play, 39 points in 28. LA right behind them, 37 in 28. Edmonton passes us, 34 points in 28. So all those teams have played 28 games. We have 33 and 27. Calgary is 33 and 29. So we are third in terms of points percentage, but fourth in terms of points. We are still 6 games over 500. And now we are at a 100-point pace. So we're dropping a little bit. We went from 101 to 100 because we did get a point, but we did not get both. Finally, you look at the league in terms of points. The Canucks are slipping now. They're 13th overall in terms of points. And in terms of points percentage, they're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 13 in terms of points, 11th in terms of points percentage. So there's a quick recap of the game, of the goals, of some of the stats. So I didn't see any of your comments. So hopefully I didn't miss. Well, I want you guys to talk amongst yourselves, but I didn't get to see what you guys were talking about. Hopefully it went just fine. And let's do this. Let me do my Mitchell sponsor read, and then I'll answer your questions, read your comments for the final 20 minutes. Remember, Tuesday nights, always a very quick show, especially when I spend 2 or 3 minutes of it talking about my amazing bowling tonight. As always, we start off our mid-show sponsor read by thanking Jason Lim of Van City Experts. Thank you to my channel sponsor, Jason Lim of Van City Experts Real Estate. At Van City Experts, their experience, knowledge, and expertise can serve you well in navigating through the real estate market and will help you to choose the best home or condo in the Greater Vancouver area that best suits your and your family's needs. Also, shout out to my secondary sponsor, Coach Patrick Liu, weight loss coach. I actually saw him today. He was at my building, which was kind of cool. So thank you. You use the link coachpatrickliu.com/clay and sign up for a free 5-day workout. Thank you to Gassy Jet Art Maker, that fine artwork. And thank you to Vessi Footwear. Use the link tinyurl.com/VessiClay and receive a free pair of socks off your next purchase of Vessi shoes. Thanks to everyone who supported me by buying Canuck Clay merch. You can do that at canuckclay.threadless.com. A reminder that you can get involved in tonight's show by subscribing to the channel, by liking the video, by leaving a donation like Skytrain Alphen has done. You can gift a membership, buy your own membership, upgrade your own membership, use your monthly membership message. And if you're listening on a podcast platform, please rate and review. 2 more announcements. The rest of my schedule for this week, Canucks After Dark, finally tomorrow night, because last night Parker wasn't free. Tonight I wasn't free for 10. So tomorrow night at 10 o'clock is Canucks After Dark, followed by a members live stream. So Hall of Fame, franchise, and legends. We will be meeting at 11:15 tomorrow night. I know it's late, but those are, I always do them when in place of my regular shows, which are at 11 or 11:15. And then Thursday will be a Canucks Panthers post game. I was able to distribute 4 sets of tickets today for St. Louis. So if you are interested, you know what I mean, I'm getting at. If you're interested in going to the Canucks Panthers game, send me an email, canuckclay@gmail.com. Finally, I got good news. I was approached by a well-known company, I'll say that, about a potential influencer deal for the new year. So I'm negotiating with this company. I'm not trying to do a high school, I have something to tell you, na boo boo. I don't know why I said that, but I'm not going to tell you yet. But we're just finalizing. And once it goes live, hopefully in about 2 or 3 weeks, then I'll be all over it. And so will you guys. And hopefully I'll be able to share that more in the stream within the next couple of weeks. Okay, let's go to you. Let's go to your BCBC says, buy this man's tickets. It's yeah, it always works out. Sometimes a little dicey, but it always works out. All right. Your questions, your comments. Remember, I didn't watch the game. I just watched the highlights. I listened to Talk after Demko Talk. So if you want to ask me a question, if you want to point out something very important that I need to know, let me know. But I do have to cut off in 15 minutes. Should we read anything? Oh, by the way, yeah, Thatcher Demko said he didn't fall. He got slew-footed. But he did say that he knocked his head, but he wasn't worried. Should we read anything the fact that Miller wore the same color jersey as 81, 24, and 8 at practice? No. It was more of a game day skate. Yes, they had full line rushes, but I think tomorrow Irvin will find out what line he's on. I think he goes back with Besser and Suter. I've said this. Then you go PD, Sherwood, DeBrusque. Then you go Bluger, Garland, Joshua, and then you go Heinen, Hoglander, Sasson, Aratu. That's what I would do. Am I worried about the Canucks facing Boston, Florida? No. Boston stinks right now, and Florida, they're okay. They're good. They're near the top of the conference, but I'm not worried. I'm never worried. So I had to be relocated from my seats tonight in 318. There was a leak coming from the pipes or the AC above me. My row in the row was flooded and the seats. Oh, that is horrible. Rosie, where did they put you to? And you know what? What's interesting? Sean and his girlfriend Cheska were at the game yesterday, 2 games ago, and they had to get relocated because someone in their section was very stinky. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to say anything more. I don't want to gross people out, but it was so bad. It was bad enough where Sean and Cheska had to move seats. Coaching, 100% responsible for this loss. Branstrom should never have been scratched. Do you hear how annoyed Tocchet was getting with the constant PD questions? Yeah, Edmund, but then, so yes, I think he was a little bit, annoyed. Then he realized he was coming across as too annoyed. And then he actually said to the reporters, I'm just screwing with you. He goes, I know you want to ask about PD. and he answered the question. But yeah, maybe he is slightly getting annoyed. Otherwise, he wouldn't have said it. But he tried to end it on a pretty funny note, or at least he was joking about it. People complain about the play style in OT. What do y'all think? Well, it's a lot different now. It's less run and gun, and it's all about possession, but that's just the way it's evolved. I know I would love more open style, but it just puts an onus on such a prime focus on winning the opening faceoff. John, I truly don't think anything wrong with Demko. Remember, he hasn't played in 8 months. Maybe I would have liked him to save that second goal, but you can't fault him on the third. Yeah, maybe I wanted to save the second and fourth goals, but I don't fault him on the first or third. Talk should make them stay in a hotel at home. Are you going to raise an eyebrow like The Rock if the Canucks lose? Sure. So hopefully they don't, because I don't know how to do that. Yeah, I think Matthew's saying don't worry about the jersey color because he was skating as the extra today. Hello, SGA. I did not see the clip of Gastineau confronting Brett Favre about a 22-year-old grievance. Have you ever witnessed something being that petty? I'll have to look that up later. Oh, you got moved to 327. Good. We'll get Miller's reasoning in tomorrow's meeting. That's if he does speak to the media, but I hear what you're saying. When JT returns, then hone it back in a few months and healthy Demko, will the Canucks make a wild card run? Yeah, I would like to think, Fillmore, that it's not even wild card. I want them pushing for third, and they're in the battle for third right now, for sure. Time for a new stadium. Burn talking about some of the gifts. That's awesome. Yes, they were in 319 that game. And because I was also smelling that as well. Ooh, gross. Carol said there were empty seats. Demko was decent, but not the best. That's fair. Yeah, Angelo Mosca had a fight with Joe Cap. I remember that. And then we faced Winnipeg, Edmonton, or Vegas in the first round. That's a wild card. That's not good. Run and gun in OT was so fun to watch. Now it's a little boring, one-sided. Yep, that's the evolution of the game for sure. Canucks better as an underdog. Yes, we will collab on February 6th. Cindy says for the first game back, I thought Demko played well. Yep. The Canucks played really well tonight, and I was impressed with Demko. Yeah, Shannon, I didn't watch the game. I'll have to rely on some of you. I know some of the commentary online and on Sportsnet 650 was that the Canucks weren't dangerous enough on offense. They had a lot of trouble penetrating the St. Louis defense and getting quality looks. And then they also gave up too much in odd man rushes. And you see a couple of them, the goals against were on odd man rushes. It wasn't drugs. It was body, but it wasn't even BO. It was something that comes out of the body. Oh, that's gross. That's too gross. I am not going to the Leafs game on the 8th. Can we scratch Vinny D and play Friedman and Brandstrom? Okay. That would be interesting, perhaps. Shelovs is indeed in Abbey. What's the most entitled thing you've seen a fan do? Interesting wording of the question, Fangirl. I would say that I don't know. I think I'll answer that. The fans that annoy me the most are the ones that constantly swear. Like I get the people that. Well, I think too much swearing shows a lack of intelligence. That's just my opinion. I hope I didn't offend anyone in here. But I think like if people swear as part of their everyday language, that's one thing. But if they're swearing to try and sound edgy, or they're swearing at every single one of the opposing players or coaches or the refs, it does get a little bit old, especially when they know that there's kids around. I just think that's an awareness thing. Thank you, SGA, for loving the streams. What's the weirdest thing you've seen a fan do? I don't know if it counts as the weirdest ever, but definitely spending money on altering jerseys, half jerseys or weird names on them, but to each his own for sure. Too little, too late tonight. Friedman got in because they wanted more toughness. Okay, thank you. Someone opted for the Taco Bell beans before the game instead of Costco hot dogs. That's one way of putting it. Yeah, I agree. LV should not do a panic trade, but he needs to address it. You're talking about the week D, Edmund? Clay, I really like your video on the goals after the game when you do your appointment for point. Okay, I think you're saying you like the goal breakdowns. I like doing them too, Carol, but I only do them when the Canucks win because A, it's a more fun video to make, and B, the ones I did a couple where the Canucks lost and they didn't do that well because no one really wants to relive a losing effort. No way. Someone just used the washroom in the seats. Yeah, I don't know who it was. I don't know the context, but yeah, I think someone made their underwear their diaper. Top 5 iconic moments as a Canucks fan. If you're talking about mine, in any order, it was Kurt McLean's save against Calgary in Game 7. Then it was Bure winning that Game 7. It was the stanchion goal. It was Burrow slaying the dragon, and maybe Sedin's retirement. So there's 5 for you. I don't like Strickland's assertion that people who make modest income, unlike JT Miller, don't have the choice to take mental health breaks. Mental health is real health, no matter what you're saying. So, sorry, who said this? I don't like Strickland's assertion that people who make modest income don't have the choice to take. Who said that? Irvin, give me more context there. Burned. Are tickets at Rogers Arena and food and beverage too expensive? We get massive discussions at the moment in Germany, especially at soccer arenas. Yeah, the tickets aren't cheap. That's for sure. It's pricing out. I wouldn't say the common folk. That's not the right way. What I'm trying to say, but you do have to certainly make a choice and sacrifice if you want to own season tickets, if you want to go to a lot of games. But the cost of everything has gone up since COVID. But I think one place where it's gone up even more than the cost of living is like food and beverage industry, hotels, arenas, that sort of thing. Best goal of the season. Best for me is Jake's hat trick OT. Yeah, that one was good. Yeah, I don't know which one I'd say is the best of the season. Suter's had a couple nice ones. Sherwood's had a couple nice ones. I do like the one that it was in overtime that Garland put it under his own leg. Cussing also loses meaning when done too much. Yeah, that's fair. I only went to a few games at the Pacific Coliseum, Rob, not a lot. Yeah, I don't think he was talking about Swerve Strickland. I love swearing, but there's a time and pace. Okay. Yeah, Tyler, I mentioned that really quick. I didn't see it, but I read the commentary that he didn't, and I could tell he was mad. I could certainly tell he was mad. Someone needs to talk to the NHL about scheduling the Canucks on Tuesdays every week when you have your prayer hour. I need longer streams. Yeah, definitely when the schedule comes out, I look at different things. I look at how many Tuesday nights games there are because I'm bowling and it's a shorter stream. I look at how many Wednesday night games there are because that's my church night. And then obviously, and I can't go to them if they're home games. If I were talking, who would you send down to Abbey? One of Ratu or Sasson. I don't know how much a beer costs. Like $20 or so, right? Sean Strickland is a UFC fighter. Gotcha. Is that the one he was talking about? Karan went to the game tonight. Demko's introduction was louder than the game time goal. Great to see him back. Tough result, but great. Okay, that is great insight. Thank you, Karan. It was the guy. Oh, Cam and Strick podcast saying that JT let the team down. He's lucky to be a millionaire having the option to stop working. It was very denigrating of mental health. Yeah, that's just such a Neanderthal thing to say. Like that's pretty insensitive, actually, especially when you don't know what someone's going through. Yeah, doesn't matter how much money you make. If you're struggling mentally, then you're struggling mentally. Crazy. Wasn't really happy with the JT Miller contract in the first place. That's fair. First period was good. Well, it wasn't very good. They were always chasing the other team. We didn't have enough jump. A beer at Rogers Arena in Vancouver, BC can cost between $9 and $11.50. Okay. Is that from a website or something? There's bigger things in life than sport. Yep. Oh, let's go Demko chant. Cool. I'll have to look that up. Here we go. BC may have bought a beer or two in the past. A beer is $19 for 24 ounces at Rogers Arena. All right, there we go. Mental illness doesn't discriminate. I agree. You know, it just happens to be the situation sometimes in the game. What are we talking about? The fact that the fact that we were chasing, dump and chase. Yeah, the Canucks aren't very creative when it comes to entering the zone on offense. They do a lot of dump and chase, and that can be annoying for sure. All right, friends, I got 3 more minutes before I got to wrap up. Let's keep going. Canucks need to stay an average team. I really don't want to get rid of Pettersson or Villander to try and be better. Okay, so you're saying don't, and Lekaramaki, I'm sure you're throwing in there too. Don't throw any of our 3 best prospects into anything because we're going to need them. I would agree with that, Blazers fan. I would agree with that take. After the OT goal, Crazy P motioned like he was ready to hit the ice and take a D-man spot, which honestly might not be a bad idea. Big energy guy. Yes, I've traveled with Crazy P twice, once to Seattle and once to Vegas. A lot of fun. This is the year to get a good draft pick. Will there be an open house on this week's member stream? Probably not. I do them every second one. So I think if we're going on rotation, this is the non-open house one. So Swerve and Irvin, if you're back for the last one, the December one, I can't do the week of December 21 and 29 because I'm gone. So I have a feeling the member stream is going to be either the 30th or January 2nd, but I'm leaning towards Monday the 30th, but we'll see. We'll see. The Dumb and Chase is what Rinketic wants, but the forwards aren't fast enough. That's actually a really good point, Bruce. Russell, Nothing is Perfect, says, don't forget to like and subscribe. Yeah, he's talking about my channel, but I would say the same thing for his. Look him up, doing some great work every single game. We need a puck-moving D-man. I don't want to get rid of our future for that. I agree. There we go. Carol with some love for Nothing is Perfect. Correct. You cannot bring in food and drink to Rogers. Easy way for the Canucks to get a good defenseman is to never trade first and second round picks. What do you mean? And then using those to get one? Is your daughter ready to graduate high school? Yeah, she's doing really well. She's the president of the grad committee. She was on the volleyball team. She's getting really good grades. So very proud of what Kayla is doing. And last comment, dump and chase don't work either when an active goalie keeps getting the puck behind the net. That's true. And that's even harder to do for goalies now with the trapezoid, but there are still some goalies that are really good at stopping the puck and basically become a third defenseman for sure, using their picks to get their defenseman. Gotcha. Last one, I find other than Hughes is the only dude in our team who can break it out. All the other D-men get stuck in our zone because our forwards are having to help them. Yeah, the forwards do got to come back, but you're right. Someone who can get out of our zone without help is such a big help. I think Hronik's okay at it, but he's playing with Hughes. But yeah, Susie, Myers, Friedman, Juleson, Desharnais, Forbert, none of them are good puck movers. Brandstrom is okay, but still got to work on his game. And there we go. Let's applaud two things. We've got a great tandem in Demko and Lankinen. And I'm going to end with this. Beastly, Rogers Arena beer expert with the last donation of the night. Well, maybe not, but certainly want to appreciate his contribution. Still can't figure out why I can't sub, but here's my monthly membership message. Okay, so Beastly is showing up. That's weird. Is Beastly even showing up as a member? Is his name highlighted in the chat? I thought it was. I have to look it up. So Beastly, I don't know if you're a member because your name's highlighted, but this is a donation as opposed to a monthly membership message, but I'll take whatever. So thank you. Let's give some love to Beastly in the chat. Still can't figure out why I can't sub, but here is my monthly membership message. Appreciate you. Let's give some love to Beastly in the chat. All right, friends, I got to wrap up pretty quick because it's Tuesday night. Moderators, thank you for keeping this a safe and respectful place. Members, that's legendary Lucas Gates, legendary Tristyn Tallio, legendary Andrew Chang. Thank you for your support. Thanks to Hall of Fame and franchise members as well. And thanks to all of you for watching, liking, and subscribing. Thanks to my sponsor, Advanced City Experts Real Estate, Coach Patrick Lou, weight loss coach. And thanks to those of you who went above and beyond in tonight's stream, SkyTrain, Alfred with the $7 donation, and BC Beastly with the $7 donation. Thanks to both of you for making sure the donation train got out of the station. Yeah, these ones are quick, but you do what you got to do. So don't forget, tomorrow night, Canucks After Dark, me and Parker, when at 10 p.m., and then a members live stream at 11:15, and I will post that link on the community tab by dinner time tomorrow. So members live stream at 11:15. Hope to see you. And then my regular CCC on Thursday night after the Canucks host the Florida Panthers. Oh, this is my last time talking to all of you then, if you're not a member. If you're at the game on Thursday night and you want to say hello, first intermission, I'll be outside section 316 at the Legends locker room display. So first intermission, if you're at the game, would love to say hi to you. All right. Don't forget to rate the bad joke on the way out. It's pretty funny today, if I may say so myself. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Take care of yourselves and take care of each other. You know, you guys know that I hate spiders. I'm so afraid of them. So Gail's trying to help me get over that fear. So she told me, so instead of taking the spider, instead of killing the spider, this was just earlier tonight, to instead take the spider out. Yeah. So we went out, we had a few drinks, and Spider's a nice guy. He's a web designer. Spider's a web designer. God bless. And go Canucks go. Booyah.